Welcome to hashtag Keep Calm and Make Compost. I'm a member of the Facebook group, and this is where I make all my homemade leaf moulds. That's the 2-year-old bin settling nicely. This is this year's fall collection. And onto the liquid plant foods. We've got the wormery there. The worms are busy away. And this is the banana concentrate bin. I'll throw the banana skins there, try and blend them if I can, if I've got time, and it all drains down into those containers there. Underneath the workbench we've got the water tanks. I've got 2 of those. That helps keeps things moving. And this is the comfrey pipe. We had a good reveal on that in an earlier video. So we now move on to one of the projects that's been waiting for a long time. It's the compost bin runoff, where we collect the juices that would normally drain away. Now this galvanised tank, that bottom corner there on the left hand side was holed. So it was there. Now probably over 12 months ago I was given these bits of insulation. I was going to make a grow room, but I saw the potential in there. That piece there's got to go in there. So I've done a little bit of silicone. As I say, this one's been a long time coming, and I've created a small channel there, hopefully to drain the juices out. Again, I've been really lucky. Managed to get some timber from the next door neighbour. He just finished quite a decent build, and I've got some timber, and another plot holder who gets this really thick plastic, more like a rubber. I've had that a while. That was the silicone out of a skip, brand new, different colour, but I don't bother about the colour. Nobody's going to see it. So I'll just set this up and we'll make a start. So I'm going to get this into the bottom. As I say, I've already pre-cut some pieces, and this morning, because of the weather, all this wood is now pre-cut, ready just to be put back together, just so that you can see what I've been up to. So now that's in, I can actually put that last piece of insulation in that corner, get some silicone around it. I'm not too worried about any gaps or anything, because I do know that even if it gets through under all this insulation and plastic, it'll still run out the end, hopefully. Well, I've put plenty of silicone in. Do it now, I won't be able to do it later. And I've put that silicone through there so it joins up with the other, and it all goes off together, so I don't get any gaps when I put the connector on. Do a bit more. Well, the rain that I was expected has now arrived, so I had to put the tablet underneath. I was hoping to keep it where it was so you could see what I was up to. But we've got it all lined now. I've given myself plenty inside and on the outside for now, just to allow for the actual compost that I put in to not damage anything. When I was actually cutting these timbers and getting everything ready, I'd actually started that end and worked down, and I thought that was just about to cut it off, and I thought, well, the actual bucket down there is going to need a little bit of protection. So I've left that extended, and we've just stapled a bit of plastic in there and then screwed the battens on just to tidy it up. Going back a little while, when we first took over this allotment, hashtag starting a new allotment, in the lock shed was all this netting. I wasn't sure whether I'd use it or not, but I'm going to use that as the screen to stop the debris and solids working its way through. I probably won't stop all of it, but I'm going to try and fasten that in now. The weather's not helping today. That'll do it. So now we come to the actual collection. This is one of the buckets that one of my friends get me, and I'm going to be using these quite a bit in the future. And a bit of round drain pipe, again off the same builder. All the offcuts he tends to throw over the gates, and it does come quite useful just to have the odd connector. So hopefully that's how it'll fit, and I've just got to connect this now onto there without making too much mess. Well, actually hopefully quite a bit of mess, plenty of silicone, and hopefully none of it will run out. Well, what a mess. If the compost runoff comes through that, I'll drink it, but I'm going to have to put a little bit more on, no doubt. But this will hopefully be a lot better than my old one. There's absolutely nowhere where the rats can actually hole it, and hopefully they won't get in unless they're like chewing on silicone. So now these are the bag and a half of straw that I've had in the shed now for over 12 months. I collected this last year. Hopefully the rat's gone. I'll give it a few kicks. This is also the manure that I was going to be using. As you can see, the grass is growing out the side of it, and I have had a look, and the worms are devouring that manure really well, so they'll be added to this bin. Not sure how long the battery's going to last, because we've been doing this quite a while now, guys. So I'm going to put the straw in, bring a few barrows of compost from the compost bin on plot 3. We'll see what happens. I've put a good bed of straw, especially around the filter, and this will compact down, and it doesn't rot very well when it's really compacted, so hopefully it'll stay there and let the juices run free. Well, I've just dug a big pile. I've just noticed that the worms have all congregated around these rhubarb leaves, beetroot, rhubarb. So they won't need any extra worms, that's for sure. So there's 3 barrowfuls from my compost bin, loads of worms in it. I'm just going to put these 2 bags of manure on now. Well, glad to get rid of those 2 bags. Now this layer now, obviously it will compact, won't ever get touched. I might take the top 6 or 8 inches out, and that's about it. I will need to construct a cover to keep the rats out, and I can play with that another day. I've got lots of things to do, and we'll see how well it does. And I'll be adding coffee grounds, all sorts to this to try and get the same sort of compost runoff that I had when I did the tomato plant food experiment. And talking of the plant food experiments, let's go and have a look at the Christmas potatoes. So we're in the polytunnel on plot 3. Now this polystyrene, if you've seen hashtag garden makeover at my house. I had a new hot tub cover. This is the insulation that they use on the hot tub, so I thought I'd make use of it. Now, the only one that's we're having real problems with is the banana concentrate. We've got 2 Duke of York in there, and you can see plainly that it's struggling. Let's have a look what the label is on this one. So we've got nettle doing really well there. This is nothing, this is just in the compost, single potato, single Duke of York in the compost bags that I find on the side of the road. Wormery concentrate, all these are concentrate, not thinned down. That's not doing as well. And then at the back we've got the comfrey. All those have got 2 seed potatoes in, so it'll be interesting on the reveal what we get out of the banana concentrate. Yes, I know it's strong, but so are all the other liquid plant foods, but that will help me in my little experiment and my future plans for growing giant veg. Well, I hope some of you have found this interesting. It's something that I've been wanting to do. I've done one already, but it doesn't seem to work very well, so I've revamped this one completely. So hopefully that'll start working, and I'll have something extra to use on the allotment and around anything else that I grow. If you're not already and you're on Facebook, please join us on the Facebook group Keep Calm and Make Compost, where you'll find some really interesting threads on how to make compost, liquid plant foods and anything else. Thanks for watching, guys, commenting, subscribing, ever closer to the 2000. I do like to share what I do. It just makes it all worth doing when I get some really positive and constructive comments. Take care, my friends. Happy composting. Till next time. Ta-ra for now.